My name is Michelangelo Miccolis, and the title of my project is In Public, a Living Proposal. I really envision this as a process of investigation, but a playful process of sorts through my performative approach, because I think it is really important to reach the visitor, and besides stating it, I think my main desire is to basically think of creating almost a community within the city of Oslo. I'm a visual arts performer and producer. My background is mainly as a performer, and over time I've started developing a practice which is specifically related to performance production within the context of exhibitions. I generally work with artists who are engaged with time-based exhibitions. So depending on the project, I might either produce the work, which means that I might coordinate the performers involved in the activation of the pieces, or I might perform the works myself. But as I've developed over time also a practice as a curator for performance programs. So I ran a performance program at the art fair in Mexico City, and one of the reasons for which I received this invitation is precisely because of this program. The program is called Immaterial, and it's part of this fair called Material Art Fair in Mexico. And over time, over the past 3 editions, I've developed a sort of protocol to introduce works of a live nature within a context that it's not necessarily the natural one for them. So trying to question the logics of production, also in terms of the relationship of these practices in accordance to conventional ways of exhibiting. For Oslo Biennale, I was invited at first to discuss mediation strategies for public outreach, and this developed into a further invitation into having me take part as an official participant of the biennial, and therefore my proposal stems from this double invitation. And I will at first consider the time frame of the biennial, which will give me the amazing possibility to develop different strategies, question my own practice, but at the same time really fulfill this desire that I have to question the role of the spectator. And so my involvement as of now will be first as a guest of sorts, so I will be joining a selection of the works in the program, as well as I will enter in close dialogue with a few of the artists to figure out different strategies on how to present these works to the public, as well as how to question their very nature and their reception over the course of time, and so make adjustments if it's needed, and create a situation where my role, both as a producer and a performer, can become a figure of reference for the audience as well. So I will start in more of a camouflaged fashion, and over time I should start introducing also new elements that I consider to be my own. So for these initial days of the exhibition, the audience will most probably witness my presence as part of some of the works, mainly as a performer. But mainly there will be a process of performative documentation from my part, which might be not necessarily that visible, and I consider it for now quite camouflaged, and that will possibly develop over time and take over part of the programmation of the radio station, and also create a separate archive which might contribute to my own proposal. I find it incredibly exciting to be given the opportunity to think of a project over this period of time, and for me it's very important to go through a first phase of assessment in order to understand how these works function, because I consider myself to be a bit of a supporting role for the biennial and for the artists. So it is a very special opportunity to consider how works in the public space can create an impact over time, and how that can be questioned, reassessed, and potentially renegotiated. And so I think the role of the audience for me is the primary role of this manifestation, and I would possibly like over time to bring new elements and also possibly new collaborators to investigate further how a life of an artwork can exist in the public realm.